Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Max.
Here we are, the three of us today. Max isn't looking like he's home alone.
Yeah.
One of the burglars from Home Alone.
Yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah.
Anyway,
Lovely.
we did the honey badger the other day, which was a proper badass.
Yeah, evil little get, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Animal, yeah.
Yeah, it's apparently we do have them in the UK in zoos.
Oh, do we?
Someone said.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned
Right,
that.
okay.
So, but apparently they're quite good at escaping.
Right. I was going to
I
say,
don't know if they're escaping from the UK zoos, but they're quite good at escaping capture.
right, okay. I'm glad
Makes
you said
sense.
zoo. I thought you were going to say in the wild.
I don't
was
think
going
we
to
have
say, stay clear. of them.
No. But so people were saying in that same comments as well. If you think the honey badger's bad, have a look
Yep.
at the Wolverine.
Yeah, right, okay.
So so this is what we're gonna do. Wolverine, the most ferocious animal in the world. I'm gonna take it back to the beginning.
He is when you
first.
watch it on
It's,
Marvel anyway, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's,
yeah. Oh, it looks pretty. Looks similar to the.
Yeah, it
the honey
does.
it's got
badger,
the look
doesn't
of it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's related.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Wolverine, the most ferocious animal in the world. If you think of ferocious animals, it's most likely that carnivores like lions, crocodiles, and wolves come to mind first. After all, they're
What comes to your mind if someone said, "Oh, that's a real like"? What animal would you look at and think that's one I don't want to face?
It probably would be something like a lion or
A bear.
Yeah.
bear or
Yeah.
crocodile.
Sheer mass of a bear. Massive.
Crocodiles
I always
just look
think
real big trouble to
They
me.
do, but I
Yeah,
always
you know.
crocodile's one of them that I always think you could probably escape from. Although you probably can't.
Yeah.
Well,
but
they're
it's probably
rapid,
one-
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of them you'd think, yeah, I'd get away from a
I
crocodile.
think in the water you wouldn't. You're screwed.
No, you've not.
100%
You're fucked in the
screwed,
water,
aren't
yeah,
you? But
But the other one is like hyenas. They just don't look right.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They like just
They look
like you
odd,
know,
yeah.
they're just like
They look like they won't give up though.
No,
You know,
exactly,
like
yeah.
and there's loads of them in there. They
Yeah.
just keep prodding and but find a weak spot
Yeah.
when they're in there.
yeah. But yeah, you wouldn't want to face like lions and stuff.
No,
But
God, no.
These even the wolves and stuff like dog, you know, like
Yeah.
dogs and stuff. I'm actually scared of anything like that. You know, gerbil. I'd be
Yeah.
like, whoa, what the fuck?
Rabid gerbil, yeah.
oh, gerbil!
Just tow it.
the apex predators of their habitat, sitting at the very top of their food chains. However, the aggression of these species is nothing compared to one animal that's much smaller but much more fierce. This is Wild Facts, and today we will tell you the story of the Wolverine, the most ferocious animal
Looks
in the
nothing,
world.
does it?
No,
We're
not
going to
really.
cover everything
nice and
from its
cuddly.
appearance.
Looks like a stoat or something like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's got, sort of stoke
Like a big ferret.
otter sort of thing.
Like a massive overgrown ferret.
Yeah,
It looks
furry
far
one.
too friendly for what this video
Does,
is going to
doesn't
be.
it? Yeah.
Does at the moment.
Diet to cases of it attacking wolves and bears. Before we start, consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the notification bell so you're the first one to see our new video. Wolverine 101. The wolverine belongs to the Mustellidae family, which consists of predatory mammals like otters, ferrets, and minks. However, the wolverine is the largest land mustelid, growing up to 66 pounds or 30 kilograms in weight, 41 inches or 104 centimeters in length without the tail, and stands at 18 inches or 45 centimeters at shoulder height. It also has a
Not
10-inch,
that big.
25-centimeter
Huge.
tail, without which its general appearance is reminiscent of a small bear. Thick fur helps the wolverine remain warm even in colder
Size of the
temperatures it
paws.
inhabits,
Yeah.
like tundras and taigas in Alaska, Canada, and northern Europe. This animal also has huge paws and claws that evolved to traverse the snowy landscape. As it lives across two continents, there are two subspecies, the American wolverine and the Eurasian wolverine. Some scientists argue that there are 3 subspecies in Eurasia and 4 in North America, but most research rejects such theories. Regardless of that, the subspecies don't differ much, albeit the Eurasian wolverine is slightly bigger, especially those individuals living in Siberia.
Does look
Some
like a
Russian
bear, doesn't
texts
it?
list
It's
the
got the look of
wolverine
it, yeah.
exceeding 70 pounds or 32 kilograms. Also, the Eurasian wolverine is more proactive in hunting than its American counterpart. So how and on what is this mustelid preying? The wolverine is an opportunistic predator, meaning it will attack most animals it encounters. As a result, its diet consists of dozens of different species, including squirrels,
Snake.
mice, lemmings, beavers, moles, rabbits, and many others. The wolverine even occasionally preys on other predators like coyotes, lynx, foxes, and wolf pups. Also, this species isn't afraid of taking on much bigger animals than itself, including deer, moose, and bison. When there isn't any prey around, the wolverine also indulges in plants and berries. Finally, this mustelid is also a scavenger feeding on dead bodies of animals. It has a very high metabolism, which means that they require a lot of calories to survive. While a wolf can chill for a couple of days after a full meal, the wolverine will start preying hours after eating. Living in scarce tundras and taigas means the animal density is low, making the wolverines travel long distances in search of food, up to 40 miles or 64 kilometers per day. As a result, if the hunt was successful and there's more food than it can eat at the moment, the wolverine stores it and comes back to eat it later. Because it lives in subarctic climates, the food doesn't spoil and remains good to eat for a long period of time. It also means that the wolverines have to bite through frozen meat and bone, which is made possible by a bite force of 50 psi and uniquely placed molar teeth that are turned at a 90-degree angle. The wolverine is unlike any other mustelid and is unmatched in strength and ferocity in its family. Such features were first written down by Ernest Thompson Seton, who was considered one of the grandfathers of Boy Scouts. Picture a weasel, that little demon of destruction, that small atom of insensate courage, that symbol of slaughter, sleeplessness, and tireless incredible activity. Picture that scrap of demonic fury, multiply that might some 50 times, and you have the likeness of a wolverine. So, is the wolverine that ferocious? As we've said, it's known to feed on large...
But the funny thing is, I've never heard anyone be referred to as like, I don't know, you meet people, he's all right, weasel. Oh, look at him, he's like a lion.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone go, Wolverine. Have you?
A little Wolverine.
People can be foxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? You got things like that, but you've never heard, no, he's a pig.
Yeah.
There's loads of, you want a dog, right? But you've never heard of a Wolverine, have you?
I wonder how many people actually know about Wolverine besides like Marvel and superheroes.
Someone said to me, I associate him with football team.
Wolves.
No,
Really?
No, American.
Yeah, right. Which one's that then?
Is it Michigan Wolverines?
Oh, didn't know
Something
that.
like that, isn't it?
Right, okay.
It's one of them anyway. I can't remember
I
which
mean,
one.
Wolverine springs to mind with Marvel with me.
Yeah,
That's how it's come to
huge
prominence a little bit more.
It's funny how he's mentioned it. And for me, it's college football, and for you, it's movies.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the Wolverine. What's the Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, but when I saw him, I don't think I would have known what a Wolverine looks like.
No,
Because you think more like a werewolf type
Yeah,
thing.
it wasn't. Yeah, I thought it's like maybe a made up thing, like
Yeah.
a bit of a cross.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was called the Wolverine because he was a bit like a wolf, but like a marine as well.
A Marine. Ex-Marine.
Ex-Marine.
who's a wolf.
Ex-Marine.
Yeah, I used to be in the Marine.
large animals like bison, which have an average weight of 3,500 pounds or 1,600 kilograms.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
See,
60
go with that
times
one.
heavier than the wolverine. While that's incredibly impressive, bison are herbivores that haven't evolved to protect themselves from such predators as the wolverine.
What are the
is
massive horns for,
wolverine
then?
that fierce?
I know, yeah.
Well, there's a documented case of the
Good point.
wolverine attempting to steal a black bear's dinner in Yellowstone National Park. Now, this species weighs about 10 times more than the wolverine and is much more imposing than a timid bison, so it was one ballsy wolverine to challenge the bear. However, that time the wolverine bit off more than it could chew and met its end soon after. There are also myths of the wolverine successfully taking down an adult wolf, but no such stories are confirmed. That doesn't mean that the wolverine is afraid of wolves. Actually, it's quite the opposite, as scientists have found out that wolverines prefer areas inhabited by wolves over those where they are absent. So while you shouldn't believe
scavenging.
random anecdotes
Yeah,
on the
that's
web
it, yeah.
about wolverines jumping into a pack of wolves and taking care of it on its own, the wolverine still deserves to be called the most ferocious and fearless animal in the world. What makes this species a little less intimidating is the fact that
Ladies.
it's a solitary animal. Compared to wolves that live in
You want
packs
some?
ranging from 2 to 10 individuals, the wolverines only get together during mating season starting in May and lasting until August. The males are polygamous, with some Chad wolverines reproducing with several females, while other males don't get to continue their lineage and are left without a partner. Wolverine females give birth in the spring up to 3 youngs that are called kits. They are weaned for a couple of months before separating from their mothers and starting their own lives. Kits grow up quickly and reach their full size in about a year, but maturity comes later. Females are capable of reproducing at about 15 months of age, while boys mature slower and reach maturity at 2 years of age. However, many kits don't survive infancy due to scarcity of food and predation from predators, including other wolverines. It makes raising offspring a really risky decision, which results in about half of the females and 1 in 5 males reproducing per year. Luckily, low reproduction rates don't make wolverines endangered species, and they're listed as least concern by International Union for Conservation of Nature. One of the reasons wolverines aren't endangered is their enormous distribution. As you already know, they're found in both North America and Eurasia, but they also have huge home ranges. The territory of a single male can be as large as 580 square miles or 1,500 square kilometers, and Eurasian wolverines tend to have bigger territories than American brothers. Now is a good time to ask, how did it even come to inhabit 2 separate continents separated by vast oceans? The answer is pretty straightforward and similar to the one we gave in How Did the Bears Get to America video. Briefly, the ancestors of modern wolverines evolved in Eurasia, and some of them migrated to Alaska through the Bering Land Bridge connecting easternmost Russia and Alaska. It had formed during the last ice age about 125,000 years ago and was over 620 miles or 100 kilometers wide. Some genetic studies argue that the American wolverine subspecies populated the continent from a single lineage of migrating ancestors. But what kind of animal was that ancestor? Due to the lack of fossils, there isn't a scientific census, but some scientists think that it belonged to an extinct genus called Plesiogulo. It consisted of carnivorous mustelids much larger than their modern descendants, including the wolverine. The genus first appeared in the Americas and migrated to Asia about 7 million years ago. Then it dispersed through the continent, reaching Europe and even Africa. Unfortunately, fossils don't tell much more about the recent ancestor species of the wolverine. All that we can hope for is that they weren't any more ferocious than the modern wolverines. Just imagine being an early human who had to face an animal which is basically a much larger wolverine that's looking for its next meal. The wolverine is so special that despite not being the biggest or having the strongest bite, it still evolved the most fierce temperament in the animal kingdom and is the most ferocious beast roaming the surface of our Earth. That was it for today's video. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it doesn't,
Interesting. Yeah.
it comes across as like ferocious, but I don't think it's. It doesn't really, in that video anyway, it doesn't really show much of attacking. It's stories of like hypothetical nature, isn't it? People have said they jumped into a pack of wood. I think it's a scavenger. I mean, I wouldn't like to mess about with it. You know
No,
what I mean?
absolutely
I
not.
want to have a pet
Yes.
one.
It can clearly look after itself, but I mean, you see footage of crocodiles, lions, tigers, and
Having a go.
bears having
Yeah.
a go, and you think, you know, you've got more of a really good idea and sort of like footage of it.
But
It's
when we
just a bit
watched
more
that
harder
honey
to,
badger, it was like having a go at everything, wasn't it?
I'm definitely
Yeah.
saying honey badger over.
Yeah, if one of them was coming towards you, you'd sort of like you'd try and sort of like make yourself towards the wolverine a little bit. I think,
Yeah.
because I think the honey badger's proper like nasty.
Oh god, yeah, 'cause that was going.
Whereas that's got like it does have very bare like sort of like features. Though,
it has
doesn't
its
it?
head
Yeah.
in one of the first stills at the start of
Yeah.
the video. I thought, yeah, it's absolutely dead. It looks
Yeah,
so
it's
much
very
like a
bear,
bear,
like,
like a
yeah.
smaller version.
It looks that jaw and the teeth though look like it just crush you.
Clearly,
Oh, yeah.
really
Crush your
powerful.
skull, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's crushing like bones and frozen meat and stuff like that, isn't it? So that is some power there.
Yeah.
It
Because
really
they're
is.
far away.
Wow.
Right, we don't have any roaming around the woods around
Yeah,
here.
I'm not quite glad.
So
A few
what
squirrels and that's it.
Imagine.
Yeah, don't go there. There's a wolverine. And I imagine if that news came out over here that there's a wolverine in Sale Water Park, right?
They'd be so.
Oh,
No one would know what one is.
No,
Yeah,
Everyone would
true.
expect. You ask anyone, you say, "Do you know what a wolverine is?" They go, "Yeah, it's a werewolf."
they expect a
I'll
load
guarantee you.
They expect a load of Hugh Jackman lookalikes, wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah. I bet if
Running around
someone
with the
said, "Do you know what a
claws.
wolverine is?" most of them will say it's a werewolf.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
You'd
you're
think
right.
way bigger, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Just from the term
Yeah.
Wolverine.
yeah. I wouldn't have thought they were that small like that.
Yeah,
That's not very big at all, is it? Really?
not really. It's about 3 foot, was it?
But then again, I
3.5 foot.
don't think the honey badger was that big.
No.
No,
But that was tearing like
But
everything. That
it
was having
was-
a go with
ooh.
dogs, snakes,
yeah,
coyotes, everything.
yeah. Getting bitten by the snakes, having a bit of a kick for a few
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
still
So,
the
yeah,
poison
way
wore
off,
off, and
yeah.
and away it went
Yeah,
again.
being resistant to
I
poison
mean,
is a big thing.
gee,
yeah.
that was proper.
I'm taking honey badger over Wolverine.
Yeah, same.
I think I would
at
actually,
the moment,
yeah.
at the
It's
moment,
winning right now.
undisputed at the moment. It's
Yeah,
the,
big time.
Yeah, I think
that's
we're all
the most ferocious animal so
we're all
far.
in agreement there.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to come up with some better ideas than the wolverine.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be something else out there that beats the honey badger.
Yeah. Of
No,
similar
we have
size.
like the lion or anything like
Yeah,
that.
of
We
similar
don't want one
size.
that's like
Certainly land, it's got to be land based because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously when it's water based, it's talking great white shark.
Oh, yeah, they're
it's got
just-
to be.
yeah.
I mean, that's off the scale, isn't it?
we're talking
Yeah,
animals
yeah.
we're not too familiar with.
Yeah,
No, we
exactly,
know what a
yeah.
lion can do and a tiger and all that
Yeah.
bollocks, right? Bears.
Yeah.
I want things like this. We don't know what these can do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd never even heard of a honey badger until I watched that video.
No, I've not.
First
No,
one,
it's,
and then,
it was really interesting.
I'd never heard of a Wolverine. If you said to me, draw me a picture of a Wolverine, I wouldn't even know where to start.
No.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Before that video.
I wouldn't have drawn that anyway.
No, me neither.
Nothing like it. So.
No.
Shame we didn't have the honey badger narrator on this video instead.
There might be, I'm sure there's one around.
Oh yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Oh
To
my
be fair, yeah. Ooh, look at him lying back now.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that.
Else and we'll come well.
That's why I jumped in.
Yeah, good save.
Well, rescued you there. You owe me. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.